Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be talking about all things Voruna. There will be time codes in the description below. If you want to skip to certain parts, I'm going to talk about the abilities. I'm going to talk about what I used, the build I used for the testing. I'm even going to talk about how to get Voruna, and I'll finish it off with my final opinions on Voruna in general. So, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so we should probably start with Varuna's passive, okay? This is very actually, if you go over her passive, it really doesn't tell a lot. It's very misleading. So her first ability and passive is actually Shroud of Dinar. So this tap ability, that's the regular one you'd press, like, you'd get any Warframe type thing. Dinar Shrouds Voruna with invisibility and accelerates her speed. Invisibility ends when Voruna attacks. For a short time after a melee attack lands, melee attacks have increased critical damage and status chance and inflict bleed. Melee kill an enemy during this time to extend the melee buff. This ability, as you'll see in actual gameplay, it's okay. It's okay. The passive, however, is more useful than I thought. Yes, holding this ability grants her the passive of increasing parkour velocity, and that's until you actually change it, because you can chip through all four of her passives at any time. Let's go with the second ability. Fangs of Raksh. Tap ability, that's again the regular ability. Let's see. So basically, you pounce over to your enemy. Let's see. 5 random status effects are applied at 10 stacks each on an enemy. On target's death spreads the status to nearby enemies. And as you can see, there's a spread radius, which from the get-go is not very high, but you can increase it in a decent amount. So it's actually pretty cool. And then her second passive, which can be chained to by holding 2 in this case. Status resistance. At the moment, it's status immunity, but 100% resistant to status effects. I don't know if that's going to get changed or not, but it's actually a pretty good ability, honestly. 100% status resistance. That is in itself a good passive, I think. Okay, next though. Lycath's Hunt. Now this is her third ability. We'll get into the passive, but if you just tap it, it activates, basically gives you a kind of aura, if you will, for a limited time, duration based. Enemies killed by melee attacks drop health orbs, and enemies killed by headshot drop energy orbs. Increase the duration by killing enemies affected by 5 or more status effects. So basically, you can combine it with the 2, so you can like pounce with the 2, and then if that doesn't finish them off, then just melee. And yeah, that's how the kit has synergy. And of course, the passive is increase heavy attack efficiency. Honestly, I don't really use heavy attacks, but I don't use this passive. It's just optional. Hold it to activate it. Like I said, you can switch between the passives at any time for any given situation, as I'll demonstrate when we get to the gameplay. And then finally we have her fourth ability, her ultimate, if you will. If you tap it, she drops to all fours and prepares 5 brutal charges. Now the charges, they're like slash attacks that do like a small amount of AoE. And can increase damage and stuff, as it says here. It also increased damage to enemies that are infected by status effects, meaning that, if you use her 2 before you do this, then it would do bonus damage. So that's pretty cool. Lethal attacks double the damage of the remaining charges. And of course, her passive, her fourth passive, which you'll hold it down to change it, is basically second life. It's essentially you, instead of dying, your wolf, sort of speak, dies in place. Now there is a cooldown for this. I believe it's a minute cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. 30 seconds to a minute. I think a full minute, but we'll see it in action. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys the gameplay. But before the gameplay, let's show you the build I was testing with. This is in no means a final end-all be-all build of any kind, far from it. I was just testing her with this because this kind of suited my need for the most part for testing. Honestly, I need to find some way to squeeze Prime Flow into it, so I'll probably Bulma her a few times and see what's up with that. But yeah, this is the build I, have been using to test her. Now, if you guys do want to see me playing more of her, I actually did a stream on this channel that you can check out if you want. The reason I'm choosing Mott is because of the fact that, well, her ability is more suited for a horde mode type thing. Increased parkour velocity, as you saw I just did, but if I activate the 1 version of this, as you can see, I'm invisible and have increased speed until I attack. And then I come uninvisible. But I still have that parkour thing because of the fact that that is my passive right now. Now let's activate a second ability, which is interesting. I target an enemy and then I pounce to that enemy. And let me change the weapon so you can actually see it spread properly. Okay, it spread and then it killed that enemy. Okay, yeah, she's actually very fun because the enemy just die so easily. It's very fun. And as you saw, I still have her first passive equipped, even though I used her second ability. Because that won't change until I actually change it. Yeah. Status effect resistance. That is her, second passive. Status effect resistance isn't actually useful in this exact area per se, but it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. But with that said, let's use her third ability, shall we? Okay, her third ability, I'll have to switch to melee to get an actual, as you saw, I got more health. Now, thanks to the arcane I have on, when I get health, I actually get, yeah. Whenever I get health, I actually get some health. Whenever I get health, I get max health. That's what I'm saying. Thanks to the arcane. So, yeah, that actually makes her pretty tanky in some cases. Like I said, she's better with horde enemies than she is, regular enemies. Yeah, see, this is basically like a horde mode, and yeah, she just real awesome with a horde mode. Actually, okay, so I ran out of energy there, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you run out of energy, right? There's nothing wrong with running out of energy. I'm not upset at all that I ran out of energy and should have slow equipped, but since I am running out of energy, let's go to her fourth ability, shall we? Her fourth ability, okay, well, I guess I should show you guys her fourth passive first, which is extra life. I'll have to, I guess I'll wait for the enemy to try to kill me, but basically it's exactly what you'd think. I won't be able to show you guys. I have too much health now, but basically what it will do is once you die, oh wait, they might actually kill me, so I can actually show you guys. Let's see. Nope, they won't be able to. Okay, so basically, if they could have killed me, what would have happened is that icon would disappear, and in return, I would not die. So yeah, that's how that would work there. But let's get into her for regular tap 4. As you saw, that went there, that went there. I just attack with them. Now I don't have my gun equipped when that happens. So, definitely gotta be wary of that. And I can tell you my other abilities. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah. Okay, I completely forgot about life support honestly because I'm kind of just here to show you guys the ability. So yeah, there we go with that. And that is all of her abilities. Now, we are in a pretty low level, level 41. So, that's why she may seem super OP, but I am going to take her into a more advanced gameplay just for you guys, so you guys can see more of her, okay? Okay, we're in Conjunction Survival now. Level 80 to 100 enemies. And I mean, it may seem a little crazy. I'll explain about this a little more in the future, but basically, this is one of the new places that came with the update, and I think this is a good place to show her off. static resistance, as we can see. If we go ahead and activate her 3 here, we can go ahead melee, get some health from that. Now she actually required quite a bit of paying attention. If you don't pay attention with her, you're not gonna have a real good time. We are going to do the whole parkour thing right now because, okay, and then, okay, so these are level 80 enemies. I want to show you guys more of the whole thing. But as you can see, he actually performs a lot better in a horde type environment opposed to a non-horde single target enemy environment. That's why I actually picked survival for her. I mean, I picked survival for almost everyone because I'm obsessed with survival. But, for her especially, survival is here. Okay, now how to get Voruna. First will be, I guess, the paid way, which is the market. Okay, you can either buy her in a Luas Prey bundle. The pack heart bundle will contain her. That's 775 platinum, but you also get her void shell skin and a bunch of other goodies, including alternate helmet. Or you can just buy her by herself for a total of 325 platinum. So yeah, that is her entirely. That is the paid method though. The free method, however, is you go to navigation and then what you're looking for, you will need to have completed the War Within. What you're looking for is this survival, 35 to 40 enemies, or this survival, 80 to 100. Conjunction survival. These are the 2 nodes. Now, if you're looking for just her, and her weapons, definitely just stick to 35 to 40 conjunction survival because it has the less diluted drop pool because the arcanes are also included in here. So yeah, and that is how you get her. Now, let's talk about my final thoughts. Now, you did actually get to hear a bit of my final thoughts while I was doing gameplay, but my final thoughts are that she's fun to play, okay? She's not going to be like super OP, like, take the place of every frame in the game, kill everything one hit. She's definitely, in my opinion, not going to like one hit kill any bosses anytime soon, but she is fun to play, especially in like your horde mode style combat. It's a shame that Warframe doesn't have a true horde mode at the time of her coming out, but survival is the next best thing to a horde mode, I feel like, and it's kind of fitting that you get her from a survival. So Yeah, I think she definitely a contender for, um, survival, queen of survival type, um, thing. So yeah, have you got a chance to test her out yet? What do you think of her? Let me know, comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.